Hey, did you check your mic, Josh?
Check.
check. We're blurry. Hey, remember, you got to set up close, Josh. Gus is
Oh, that's right.
Gus is going to be on you here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're changing some stuff up again. I think I got to go to the left here, don't I?
Well, and I was
set up close, Josh. Don't get your crumbs on the table.
Somebody just went live.
Didn't we?
Yeah, you're live.
Oh yeah, I know we are.
Yeah,
I'm jacking around. We ain't got nobody watching anyway. Hey, we got one person on. There we go. All right, hey, welcome to the under. Hey, wait, Josh, this is jacked up.
That's what I said.
You're supposed to be over here, and I'm supposed to be over there. This is jacked up. Gus, we're going to blame it on Gus, okay?
That's kind of what I said.
So, hey, here we are live with Under Hood Show. Mel Hambelton Ford, excited. Hey, Josh, the door's open still, too.
I got it.
You got it?
I'm on this side. I'll get it.
Yeah, if you can't tell, we're trying to have a little fun here today. Yeah, I hope everybody. What's everybody think of the new? What do you call that screen again? Virtual background. What's everybody think of that virtual background? Here comes Josh. The ghost just showed up. From that part. So, hey, love to hear what you think of the virtual background again this week. It's only show I know you get paid to call in on 316-462-3673 down at the bottom of the screen. Tell you anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries. Josh, don't put your hands up either because Gus gets mad at that too.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so don't do that either. So, hey, want to hear from you today, want to answer your questions, want to give away a great price package valued over $130 for each and every caller. And only show I know you get paid to call in on, and it's anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries. And as always, Josh, what's in that package for each and every caller?
So we're going to mail it out to you, but it's going to consist of the works, which is an oil change and tire rotation. We use Motorcraft oil and filter products here at Mel Hambelton Ford. While we're performing that, we're also going to complete a multi-point inspection on your vehicle, checking over the brakes, tires, steering, suspension, all the safety-related components on that vehicle, making sure that it's geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving. You'll also receive yourself $10 to Mel's Diner, so you can get yourself something to eat and drink while you're here with us at the Big Corner. Complete nitrogen for your tires to get all the great benefits that nitrogen has to offer. And then BG products package, which consists of a can of MOA or motor oil additive for your engine oil, and then CF5 for your fuel system. Again, just getting that vehicle geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving.
All right, 316-462-3673. Love to hear from you. Call the number on the bottom of the screen there. It comes right to the front desk. The gals tell me when we get past the podcast, we'll get you on here. And anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything in the automobile world, anything about new products whatsoever, love to hear from you. 316-462-3673. Anyway, Josh was out playing last week and missed. Did you get in trouble?
Yeah. I was told I'm on the edge.
You're getting reprimanded.
That's okay. Here I am.
I'm going to get the whip out on you here in just a second. So anyway, Josh was out playing last week. We had a great Josh, you missed it, boy.
This is I don't know. This
is
whole
weird, isn't it?
Yeah, this whole right left thing is
weird.
Is getting me. So yes, I did see some of the show or watch some of the show. Yeah. It looked like that went really, really well.
Well, I think it's more than anything. It's just to show the products. And I mean, there's all kinds of additives and products out there in the marketplace to do today. And, there might be some that catch up to BG. I don't know. I haven't found anything yet that does. But sure did love what Dale had to show us last week of basically how engines have changed, the lubrications have changed, and then what MOA really does. And that's the thing I didn't realize. I mean, I'll say it again. I realized that BG with their MOA, you take a 5,000-mile oil change and about 2,500 miles, the oil starts breaking down. And I thought MOA just kept that additive package to where it kept lubricating 100% through the whole 5,000 miles. But then kind of find out it's also, I know there's all kinds of chemicals, brings chemicals, but the acid. Yeah. I don't know. I still don't know if I got enough guts to pour that acid in my hand. But neutralizing that acid was really incredible for what that does. And you know what acid does to anything. It eats away metals and everything else too. So it's not just keeping that oil package there together. It's breaking down that acid. It was neat to see that. And I love showing he brought in the old style cast iron piston rings that I used to, man, I can't tell you those things I put on. I used to cut my hands on them, everything else like that. Be blood down inside the cylinder. It'll wash out. It'll be all right. And now to the low friction rings we have today, and how that carbon builds up behind them and everything. It was a fun show. We're going to bring him back on some more stuff, and I think the next thing is we're going to do a fuel induction demonstration when he wants to come back and show how that carbon builds up in the intake and cleans that all out of there and stuff too. So we'll see what happens. And it says I have not seen my price package yet, Josh, from Jeremy Kane. We'll have to figure out what's going on with that, Jeremy. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'll check into that. With me being gone the last week, I was a week behind, but I did get those out here this week. So I will I'll verify that it got sent out to you and make sure that it got mailed out and all that stuff for you. So
anyway, so let's get the phones ringing, 316-462-3673. And you got some questions about last week's show on BG products and everything they do. I tell you, like I said, everybody, I've been using them since the mid-'80s. And I did a lot of cleaning injectors back in the day with that stuff. And, Josh, I got a Trans Am back again, so we'll have to figure that out, how we can clean them injectors on that baby. But it's over at BG right now, and they're going through the stuff with it, so it'll be fun to talk about that when it comes back, what all they did, and because they're going to dyno it, put it up, and run all the stuff through it, and then we'll get some test results we can talk about in a few future shows and stuff, too, from that part. So
yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if they're going to go through and do like bore scopes and see pictures of kind of what that looks like. And
I told them take their time. Don't need it in any hurry and everything else, too. They're excited to try it, too, and stuff, too. So, again, can't thank BG enough for the partnership here at Mel Hambelton Ford and also everything they do. But if you're not putting BG products in your car, you're taking a lot of life out of your miles of your car. And, Scotty even kind of summed it up last week, too, is again, what we talk about. I say the owner's manual has your minimum amount of that you need to do to it. But like Scotty said, if you want it to run many, many miles, there's nothing better to put in there to keep your engine clean, keep your transmission clean, everything from that part. So.
Yeah. So I got a question that I was going to ask the viewers and make this maybe kind of a three-part deal is what taking a road trip, what's the furthest road trip that you've taken would be one question. Then to add that, to kind of add on that, what's the furthest road trip that you would want to take and where? But then when do you decide, okay, I'm not gonna drive, I'm gonna fly? And then what's the coolest thing that you've taken a road trip in?
Coolest or funnest?
Well, either or.
Either or.
Yeah, either or.
I'm racking my brain the furthest I've drove somewhere.
So I when gosh, it's been many years ago. I don't know, maybe 15, 14, something like that. We drove. I bought a boat. And it was in.
You know what the best 2 days of a boat is, right?
Yeah, I don't know. So far, I'm still happy. I guess I have this one, but it was in L.A.
Oh man, you drove out there?
I did.
How long?
I couldn't even remember, but I left and here's the thing, it was, I don't know, it was kind of stupid what I did, but the boys were really young. I left here, I think on it was either a Thursday or a Friday night, drove straight out there.
How long?
It was like a 24-hour drive. It was a long ways.
Oh.
Straight out there, hooked onto this thing.
They have these services and stuff. They can pick that stuff up and bring it to you.
Well, but okay. Seeing it online, not sure what you're getting.
Yeah, no, I got a couple of those kind of deals I can talk about too.
All that. Oh, right. Sorry, hands down.
Anyways. Yeah, hands down. You're gonna get in trouble. Gus is gonna come through the screen and slap you.
So I drove out there, and the reason this specific boat had a larger engine in it than what the same models of it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So drove out there, got it, and then when I was trying to get Doug sent through here because my story can wait. But
Doug's coming on. Got a caller coming in here, do we? And I said it's gonna be jacked up, and I got to run this side of the board. Whose idea was me to set over
I don't
here?
know. We'll do this till we know Doug's coming through here. But
look at you reaching across. You get careful.
I'm sorry.
Hands,
yes.
Hands over. You're gonna grip the camera. You're
gonna
get slapped again.
Drove out there, online, and then naturally boat trailers or trailers in general, the tires on should answer here. Yeah, so he is on. So let's go to the line. Let's talk to Doug. Go ahead and
Doug, you're live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Perfect.
We're a little backwards today, but other than that, doing good.
Well, that's all right. It happened. Hey, listen, I've got a 2005 Toyota Camry that I'm starting to notice when I apply the brakes. There's a little bit of pulsating on the brake that I'm feeling. I just want to know what. I'm assuming that it could be rotors or pads or something like that.
Yeah, what you probably have going on there is warp in your rotors. Whether it's front or rear, that would be or could be all of them from that side of it. But a lot of times what happens is those rotors will get hot, and then like you drive through a rain puddle and they cool down real quick, or just over wear over time.
Normal wear too.
Normal wear will do it as well. And what's crazy is we pick up and deliver a lot of cars around here, and I don't know how many vehicles that I've got in that I pick up on it instantly. But as a consumer that drives that vehicle every day, it just kind of gets worse over time, and so you really don't notice it until it gets to kind of an extreme situation. But there's a couple of different ways to fix that. One, I would wonder what the condition of the brakes is anyways, as far as pad life and stuff like that. And so we can go in and machine the rotors. And then a lot of times, that's a good time to evaluate the brakes as well and see where your pad life is, and whether it's time for a new set of brake pads as well. And then, so on those rotors, there is a minimum discard thickness, because essentially what you're doing is going in there and you're shaving off a portion of the face of that rotor just to make it then true again. So it's not warped. And every time you do that, you're taking material off of there. So you're making that rotor thinner and thinner and thinner, which then allows it to build up heat more faster from that side. And so it's kind of a double-edged sword when you go in and machine that. You just want to make sure that you're taking just the minimum amount that you can. But also you want to make sure that you're paying attention to what the discard thickness is of that rotor and getting them replaced before you hit that minimum discard thickness.
You don't want them too thin, because of the heat, then it can't dissipate the heat and could possibly break if they're too thin too from that part. But I tell you what, Doug, what we need to do, we need to add a diagnostic on your package. I shouldn't say diagnostic, we call it an inspection package, I guess, instead of diagnostic. But we'll inspect those brakes, get you an idea of what, if your pads do need replaced. And I'm going to tell you, if they're more than half worn out, I would replace them at the same time I'd fix these rotors, and we can measure those rotors and see if they're too thin or thick. But we also need to decide too, is it front or rear? When you feel the pulsation, are you feeling it in the pedal, or you feel it in the steering wheel, or you feel it in the back of the car? Or
I feel it more in the pedal.
More in the pedal. So it could be either front or rear. It's hard to tell. We'll have to do some testing and stuff on that, kind of see what you got there too. So, Doug, we're going to add that inspection process. So we'll inspect those brakes at no charge, look at it for you, measure the rotor, see what kind of thickness we have on them, and then check and see how much lining's left on your pads, and make a good judgment call what we can do to get that pulsation out of there and get you make sure the brakes are safe for you, buddy.
Great. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show, guys.
Hey, thanks for the call. Okay, got some chat lines rolling in here.
Yeah, we did. We should have asked Doug about his road trip story.
Ah, dang it.
What the heck? So, yeah, let's
Jason Cox, 4 years ago, wife went and rented a Taurus show. Yeah, think about that for a minute. Those things were pretty fast back in the day.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I mean, that's, you get a lot of that stories of back in the day. This was really cool and had a lot of power and stuff like that.
Now,
then,
Jason's over there saying he doesn't want to say how fast he had it up to. Me, I'd tell you how fast
I was going to say, I went this fast because that's all the faster it would go.
All right, what's Tim Daniel up to?
We got Jeremy says he's South Florida.
I messed up
to get
Jeremy.
Cattle.
Yeah, it's not a long trip.
Yeah, and cattle too. That's hauling those. You gotta abide by some rules doing that. So I got to go down there and get my vehicle looked at, fixed before it gets worse. Yeah.
What's Tim Daniel? Let's just put him up on the screen. I'm about 1,700 miles into this trip, with about 1,240 more to go to get home. Kansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Georgia, South. Oh, he went back to Virginia, didn't he? I have the best private transportation, top of the line King Ranch. So he's trying to get after he's trying to bite back at somebody on that deal. Top of the line King Ranch.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
See that, Tim? I hope you're having a safe drive and stuff. So it looks like you got 1,240 more to go. About halfway, a little over halfway. So hope that top of the line King Ranch is taking care of you and everything
get
else.
you where
too.
you need to go.
About West Side. So I don't see the rebuttal coming yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
Jason said it was over 90 in the
That's
in the
all.
tour show.
Jason.
No, it said it was over 90.
I know, but
Yeah,
is it over 100, Jason?
just 90.
Just 90.
The,
91, right?
I think what they say there is the statute of limitations in that
Yeah, it's wore out.
incident has not.
Yeah, it's
expired
gone. You don't
yet.
need to worry about that anymore. It's gone. You don't need to worry about anybody ratting you out or anything else from that part. We can handle you and take care of you. Now, Josh, I'm trying to get the phone number back up there, and I'm.
So let's go.
Oh,
There you go.
There
right
it is. There it is.
Just like that. Oh, hands down.
Yeah, hands down.
Okay, so
I
I find this boat online, and I think,
you're
okay,
back over
yeah,
your road
yeah,
trip now.
yeah.
Oh, hold on, we got some more chat lines coming
Oh,
up.
do we? Okay. It was probably in reverse.
No, it wasn't in reverse. Yeah. It's not real.
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby is not real. He doesn't go fast like that in reverse. Now, hey, did you watch the race Sunday?
I did not. Yeah, I missed it.
Let
I
me
was
tell you,
driving back.
I was getting roasted so bad Sunday because Kyle Busch spun it out and he's backing down pit road. Yes, he backed her down pit road. So, yeah,
And
that's real.
That's
But Ricky
twice
Bobby's
now
not.
somebody was backing up.
That's right. Yeah. Yes.
Those are called signs.
Trust me, as soon as I seen him backing up, I just waited to get started.
It was, you thought the texts were coming?
It wasn't the text. It was my own
Your own
kids ratting
family?
me out.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
still mad at your daughter, and I haven't even talked to her about it yet either. I meant to call her
Yeah.
about not taking the time to.
Oh yeah, she didn't know.
Yeah.
We had to watch something else.
So
I
yeah.
still need to sit down instead of sitting in Jake's truck for 2.5 hours watching that movie because leaning over and missing some stuff. So I'll probably have to sit down and watch it again. Much as I hate to say, I'm gonna have to watch it again. So anyway, especially cattle that haven't been in anything but gators.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything but gators. They want to run over you. They're gone.
Yeah. Okay, so finish up your little 24-hour trip to.
Well, no, that was
California.
just getting there. Yeah, that was just.
I got an F word on when I think about that.
So
that
and
48 hours to go get a boat.
Yeah. So find it online. Like, okay, this is what I'm after, and how everybody takes care of trailers, right? So
yeah, but you had
thinking
4 blowouts on the way back.
Well,
too,
so I'm thinking on the way when I'm going, I'm going to take tires and stuff with me. Well, I look up from the pictures, look at the tire size on it. It's really odd tire size. So I couldn't get wheels and tires. A lot of trailer tires, they have them pre-mounted and everything like that. So I just got, and I didn't know what the lug pattern was. So I just took 4 brand new tires with me. And then I took jack and impact, all that stuff.
I'd have taken 8 tires.
Yeah. All sorts of stuff to make sure that if I had any issues with a wheel bearing or lights or anything like that, that I could get it squared away. So I tell.
Not have to call a wrecker. Is that what you're trying to say?
I told, yeah, that's exactly right. I tell my wife. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go. I'm driving straight out there. I'm getting this thing. And
She didn't go with you, did she?
I'm driving straight back. I said, you guys can go if you want, but I said I'm not stopping. I'm doing this. And she's like, all right, we'll go. So her and my 2 boys went.
Oh no.
And at the time they were, I would guess, I don't know, 2 and 5 maybe.
What did you give them to settle them down?
Honestly, out of those 2 kids, they throw them in the back of a car and they were perfectly happy. Absolutely no problem. So drove all the way out there, get the boat, hook onto it. We're heading back home, and I didn't make it from. It was almost exactly at the state line between California and Arizona, and had a blowout.
You mean you didn't inspect them before you took off?
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I did. And it was they were fine, but they were just the age of the tire and then the heat.
The heat just built up.
Everything
I seen that
like
on
that.
Kellogg the other day. Guys pulling a boat down and tire just shredded everywhere.
So now this is it was either Saturday night or Sunday night about 6 o'clock. And I'm thinking, where in the world am I going to find some place to have this tire mounted up here? Because I had the tire. I just needed it mounted on the spare wheel. So I unhooked the...
You didn't take any tire tools with you?
Yeah, I had it. So I took the tire off the trailer, and then I unhooked the trailer from the truck off and right on the side of the highway and loaded everything up in the truck. And there was a town just a couple miles down the road, had a tire shop that was closing in 5 minutes you know, just like everything. So I get it all unhooked, get the tire in the truck, and I go to pull away and I take off, and the boys look back behind us and seen that boat sitting on the side of the road. They were pissed. Dad, you can't leave it. Somebody's going to steal it. You can't.
Yeah.
I got 24 hours of riding in this car seat invested in getting that thing, and you're just going to leave it on the side of the road for somebody to take. Oh my God. They just blew their mind that I was just going to leave it on the side of the road like that.
Can you take in the tire? Is it one single axle or
so? It was, but the way the trailer was, the spring, leaf spring has a slide deal, so it was attached to the front. So if there's not load on one, the other one, it forces the axle up into the fender of the trailer, which is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah,
but they do it so it divides the load.
Okay, yeah, well, I get what you're saying.
So could have just drove it flat all the way, or the other option was, and it was only a couple miles. I wasn't really too worried about it by any means.
So you didn't lose your boat though.
Didn't lose the boat.
All
we
right.
went and got the tire changed before they closed. Like, I don't know. It was all the stars aligned that day.
For once.
So hooked onto it, drove it the rest of the way back. Going through oh gosh, it was some part of Arizona, up kind of in the altitude and stuff like that. And it was late at night by that time. And I swear, I'm like, man, I could have swore I just seen a elk. And then by that time I was relatively drunk.
You were a little delirious, is what that was.
No, so I was like, Lisa. Well, I woke her up and I was like, am I seeing this? And yeah, sure enough, it was. So we drove all the way out there, turned around, drove all the way back. And it was other than just the length of time that it took to do it, it was a really good trip. I really wish I would have took more time, and thinking about hauling that boat through back with all those nice lakes and stuff along the way back, and hitting some of those lakes, because
you could have,
should have done something like that now. But it just, I'll never forget going straight there and turning around and coming straight back for sure.
48 hours. No, thank you.
Yeah, it was a long trip. 2 kids under 5, and but they took it like champs for sure. So
okay, 316-462-3673. Let's hear where your longest trip is. Looks like Jeremy went down to South Florida to pick up some cattle. Not sure, Jeremy, how long a trip that was. Can you beat the 48 hours? I don't know.
And then I've always thought driving to Alaska, I always thought would be really cool, but I'd want to take a lot of time.
I think I'll fly up there and then drive around.
Think so?
Yeah.
No interest in doing
road
that.
tripping. No, not really. No, because all I'm going to do is get there as fast as I can. Probably pick up 2 speeding tickets on the way.
Yeah, going up there. I don't know. There's some of that country up there that there's no.
Jeremy said 28 hours.
Yeah. There's some of that country up there that there's no posted speed limits.
Yeah, but what's the road conditions like?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go. Answer that one. Not sure how fast you want to go on the roads.
That's why they don't have to post the speed limit signs.
Yeah, you're not going to go very fast.
You can't go fast enough. So
yeah, exactly. So, all right, 316-462-3673. Let's hear your longest road trip. Fairbank,
Alaska
to Lyons, Canada. Along the trip took him 3 days. So how many days did it really take you? Did you do it?
So we went out there. It was about 3 days, because a day out there, day back, and then it was about half a day. By the time I did all the paperwork, and when we got there, we took the boat out on the water and just made sure everything worked and all that stuff. And so it was was a fast trip, that's for sure.
It might have been a fast trip, but damn.
They have services for that, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. They got somebody can go get that thing.
So what's
you could have gotten a plane, flew out there, checked it out, made sure, all right, hold it off.
I think this was even previous to that.
Previous to what?
Even any flying or anything like that.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
So
what road trips? Colorado. You always went to Colorado.
Oh, I did a lot of Colorado trips. Well, there's a few of those trips I probably can't talk about on here.
Statute of limitations hadn't run out on that yet.
Well, I don't know. Just letting some of that out of there or whatever. There was I was in Topeka, and my little sister called me and said, hey, there's some party, and can you inspect my car and make sure it's good to go to Colorado? And I thought, you know what? That doesn't make much sense. A couple of young college girls, her and a college girl jumping in a car and going out there. So I said, you know what?
I'll take you.
I did.
I'll jump on that grenade.
I did. So there was 4 of us in my Grand Prix. I had an 85 Grand Prix at the time. And we took off on a Friday night and drove. And they, back before you had to get maps on, we couldn't find this party they wanted. We drove out there to get to that party that she wanted to go to, whatever. Couldn't find it. Drove around everywhere. So then we tried to find somewhere to just get a hotel room. Couldn't find anything open. Couldn't find anything, nothing that would help us. All that kind of stuff. We were flat out delirious. We actually stopped in a parking lot and crashed.
Slept for a little bit.
We're so dang delirious. But drove out there. And then on the way back, we did have a blast coming back. I will tell you that because we took our time, everything else from that part. But we never did find that part. I think it was called a mall crawl or something.
Oh, you never got to the party?
No, never found a damn thing. Heck no. No, but Jenna wanted me to inspect her car, make sure to make it be safe. And I think, that thing you're driving, I wouldn't drive that thing to Colorado. I don't remember what that thing was either she had. But I said, nah, you're not going. I'm going to take you. And there were 4 of us piled in my Grand Prix. We took off and we flew out there pretty fast. I will tell you that.
Made it out there pretty quick.
Yeah, but man, we were tired, wore out because we'd worked all day, got in the car on Friday night, went out there, and it was like 2 a.m. We got there and everything else. So anyway, anybody else got some long road trips, everything else from that part, 316-462-3673, or throw it in the chat line. We get that. And we don't go in reverse to the on the rate in the deal either, Timothy.
I'll tell you, I had another one when I was this was pretty well high school. Had my uncle had a Chevy van, the presidential edition, huh?
Oh, yeah. Looky so there.
It was an 84. It had captain's chairs, and then there was had the couch in the back that folded down into a bed or whatever. And it was me, Lisa, and her mom and dad. And we went out there to see her brother lived out there. Anyways, for whatever reason, going out there, left again after work and stuff like that, got to the state line. And I mean, it was right on the Kansas-Colorado state line. I'll never forget it. We were following a U-Haul, like a FedEx box or U-Haul box trucks. And we hit that state line. And I mean, it was right at the state line. Just a sheet of ice went from something to nothing, or nothing to just a sheet of ice. And as soon as we hit that state line, that thing spun out, and there was packages everywhere. Still to this day,
you didn't hit us, though, did you?
No, yeah. Still to this day, somebody's waiting on a package that's on the side of that deal. So from the state line all the way to Denver, it took. I mean, it was like a 20 mile an hour to 30 mile an hour deal. Took forever to get there. Made it there, got it there safe. Spent some time in Denver. Then we went and seen down in Colorado Springs, but then we went down to the Royal Gorge. And when we were headed to the Royal Gorge, it's a two-lane deal, and I'm in the faster lane, and there was a rock truck, semi hauling rock truck in the other lane, and there's like a convenience store up here on the left-hand side. And I don't know if he didn't know I wasn't there or what, but he was headed to that convenience store. So he just turns on his turn signal and starts heading over, and I'm in that lane. Well, there's a median wall there that's probably, I don't know, 1.5 foot concrete there. And like, he hit me, and then I kind of drove up over that median to avoid from really having an accident. So it toasted the whole passenger side of the van, drove up over the median deal. And when that happened, so now I'm in the oncoming traffic.
Oh, mercy. And
that guy's not stopping. He takes off. Well, the van seems like everything's okay. And so I went after him.
Sure. Yeah, I would have too.
Well, Lisa's dad was a sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
At the time. And so, yeah, that guy wasn't going to stop at all. So we went after him, and I got up beside him, and Roger flashed his badge at him. And I think at that point he knew he was done.
He was done busted.
So he pulls over, and then we pull over, and called the police, and they come out to work the accident. And I remember vividly that officer that was up there says, hey, you guys are good to go, but I'm going to be a little while with this guy.
Yeah, I bet he was too.
But he didn't have a license, a CDL license, and some other stuff. So we go to the Royal Gorge, and we're there for quite a while, and then come back, and that officer is still on the side of the road. I bet we were there for probably 3 hours, and he was still on the side of the road with that guy, and they had a truck to
he
pull
got
it
a
out of
ticket
there.
or two, didn't
Yeah. So, anyways, I had all that happen. Well, the next day we start heading back home. This is on a Sunday, and we come through. We came back 50 highway instead of 70, and there's just a lot of little towns
he?
and stuff
50,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
And it was somewhere, I don't even remember where, but somewhere in Kansas. Just all of a sudden, man, just a heck of a growling started happening. Well, what had happened was the bearings in the hub assembly from jumping that curb
Oh, yeah.
jacked up. And again, Sunday afternoon, happened to go to a little town. Napa had tools for it, got wheel bearing for the thing, and studs and lug nuts and all that stuff, and was able to fix
Fix
the
it and
thing
roll
up
on, huh?
and roll on down the road. But I just think, man, if that would have been, there's so many different places could have been out in the middle of nowhere and that happened, and you just would have been SOL. But that's called good, clean living.
That's what you got. Sunny and 70.
Yeah.
Sunny and 70. James Furman, when I was a kid, we took a road trip to White Salmon, Washington. I think it took 2 or 3 days. Beautiful little border towns of Washington and Oregon. Yeah, here it is, kind of beautiful up there and stuff too. Never been there. I've never been to Washington. Never been to Oregon.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to
Michelle, I'm real upset about it too.
Oh, good gosh.
Good gosh. So anyway, any more long road trips, anything? Hey, we got to get some calls going. 316-462-3673. Love to hear from anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, whatever it might be, anything in the automobile world. Hey, let's get it fired up. Hey, Josh, you see what's sitting on the showroom floor?
The 24 Ranger.
24 Ranger. We finally got one. I can't believe it. It's finally here. Of course, it took a long delay because that was one of the first plants that went on strike. Of course, they were in the middle of a changeover from the 23 to the 24 model year, and the 24 model year truck is a complete new truck, not one part carried over from the 23. So it is sitting here in the showroom for just a couple more days. We talked to the gentleman that ordered this truck and asked him if he'd leave it with us for a few days, and he was kind and gracious enough to leave it. So if you want to check it out, can't drive it, you can set it and do whatever you want. But you want to check out the new 24 Ranger, bigger, better, nice bigger screen in it and everything else too. So if you want to check it out, come out and check that from that part too. So
what color is that?
Hot pepper red.
Is it still looked like it maybe had just a little bit of a different tint to it, but
yeah, I don't know, but it is a hot pepper red. It is an STX package. It's not the base model, but even nicely equipped as well as it is. 34 grand truck.
I was gonna, so I didn't see the window sticker on it.
34.7, I think, something like that from that part. But I mean, the room's inside of it. You know, it's not an F-150, of course, but it is a nice compact truck that's looks good. The body lines look good. The front looks good. Not a big fan probably of the tire on it, you know, from that part. But I mean, the rim that's on it because of that. But other than that, it's a nice truck. So if you want to check that out before it leaves here, I think it's leaving on Tuesday. Okay. So if you want to come out and look at it, check it out, whatever, I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, we got a caller coming on. Who's coming up, Josh?
We do. We got Daryl on the line. Daryl, you're on live with Under the Hood.
Yes. This is probably a silly question, but I'll ask it anyway.
That's all right.
I have heard some people say that running a car wash through a car wash is hard on a car's finish. I cannot hardly believe this is true. I just wondered what your guys' opinion on this was.
Well, I'm going to start off with, we have some drive-through car washes here at the dealership that have the right material on it, I guess you would say, that it doesn't do that. Now, older car washes, I agree. Some of those older ones, they had all that spinning wheel spinning around and that kind of thing. Yeah, I do think those were kind of hard on your finishes today. But the technology we have today with these new ones, I don't think it hurts it a bit. But.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different variables that go into that. I would say, first of all, is how dirty is the vehicle going into it? Yep. If you have a lot of dirt and grime and debris on the vehicle and it goes into a brushed car wash, that stuff goes somewhere. But then secondly is how maintained or how well kept up is the car wash. So are they cleaning their brushes out regularly? Things like that would be another variable that I would say to that. Ours does a relatively good job in the spec of, it's not it does have the brushes, but for the most part, it's using chemicals and things like that to clean the vehicle.
Well, what I love about ours is ours comes through. You drive into the car wash, and it takes a
like
laser
a 3D image of the
car, so it knows whether you got a little small car in there or you got a big truck going in there, and it adjusts the
tension
arms,
of the
tension of the arms to know where to go over that vehicle to not put the right amount of tension and not too less, not too much on that vehicle. Because if you got to think about a car wash, how would you make it work if you had a big truck versus a little car? But that's what I love about ours. It takes that image, and then it knows where to how to program the brushes to go across and clean your car. And I'm telling you, when I come out of there, there's still a little bit of water on and stuff like that too. But as soon as you go, it's spot free. I mean, it doesn't leave anything on that car whatsoever. It's a great drive-through car wash we have. And Josh, we're already into our end of our lease on it, and we got to start figuring out what we're going to do with those and whether we're going to keep those or get some new ones. I would love to see what it's going to take to get some new ones and replace them and keep the best technology we can for cleaning these cars the best way we can. So anyway, hope that answers your question, buddy.
That did that really. I just couldn't believe that was true. But that explains it good. Okay, thank you.
Have a great day, buddy.
Hey, Daryl.
Yeah.
Hey, you got any road trip stories, or what's the longest road trip that you've taken?
Not very long. I don't take road trips very long. Very much.
He's probably like me, gets in that plane flying.
Well, I was going to say, would you fly before you drove somewhere a long ways away?
I would like to. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, would rather fly than drive?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Very good. Well, thank you very much for the call.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Okay. He's like me, getting that plane, Josh.
Yeah.
24 hours to get a boat. Make services to do that. I didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Okay.
I do know that now.
All right. Is running through your car. Oh, I missed one. James Furman. For a trip, the one driving would be to Lucas Oil Speedway. Yeah.
Oh, if he was going to drive, he'd go to Lucas
and the
Oil
thing
Speedway.
about Lucas Oil Speedway, there's only one way in and one way out of that place.
Yeah.
And that last, I don't know, probably hour or so getting into Lucas, it is a fun drive without a trailer on. I will tell you that. It's no fun with a trailer on behind that thing. It's up and down and winding around to get in there. Not much fun, but that's one of the better racing facilities. I can tell you that for that part too.
What surprises me is there's nowhere, like, not a whole lot of businesses around that thing.
No.
I'm really surprised that they haven't done like a hotel complex or something. Of course, every other time of the year, maybe not a whole lot going on down there. Huh?
It could be. I'm not sure. That's a great question.
It is a nice facility. That's for sure.
Yeah. So is running through your car wash part of the works package? If you ask us that you want to get it rinsed off or whatever, we will gladly drive it through. Every customer goes through Quick Lane. Yeah, we can't get 100%, but we sure would like to. But we do as many as we possibly can. So just pre-plan for that or whatever. And yes, we can take and run it through their part of the works package. That's why we did it. It's just kind of we didn't do this to the pub. This car wash is not available to the public. It's just available to our customers that come through Quick Lane or bought a car from us or whatever from that part. So, Greg, hope that answers your question on that too. So, hey, 316-462-3673. Oh, keep your hands down, Josh.
Yeah.
Keep your hands down. Keep leaning up forward.
Already got a text once.
Did you get one? Those you don't know, Gus is our IT guy, and he's really helped us with this virtual background and keeping us up to date and from that part. So he likes to reprimand us for our little things we do wrong. I feel like I got to put a bib on. I mean, to lean forward on it close enough. You think that's okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Anyway, hey, everybody. Hey, we'd like to hear from you. 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car. If you want to talk about your longest road trip, whatever. Hey, Jordan Whitehead's coming up. Wonder what he's got on his mind. This ought to be good. I think we probably might get a little bit of entertainment.
You think so?
I don't know. We're about to find out here in just a minute, right? So we'll get Jordan on the phone here. Let's see what's on Jordan's mind here this morning. This ought to be real nice, Clark, from that part. So, now what's going on? Come on, Jordan. Let's see what Jordan's mind. Jordan Whitehead has a catering business, has a fence business, has all kinds of things he does with us, but from that part. So let's see what's on Jordan's mind here this morning. I'm sure he's got some words of wisdom. And Jordan, you're live with Under the Hood. What's up?
What's up, guys? How we doing today?
Well, we're kind of questioning before you got on the line here. Are you going to give us some words of wisdom? Are you going to give us some advice? Are you going to just tell us a story?
You know what we're going to do? I feel like your listeners need to get to know you guys better. And I learned this move from the legendary Ellie Nightingale.
Oh, no.
So what we're going to do, we're going to do a quiz.
Oh, no.
And I'll answer two.
Oh.
That's fair. But we're going to do a 3 to 4 question quiz so that the listeners out there can get to know the legends, Josh Prophet and Mr. Phil Nightingale, the Ham Slambo, better.
Okay. And you're going to answer the same question. Is that what you're saying?
I will if I need to.
Oh, if you need to.
If you want me to, I will.
Yeah, fair game here.
That's fair game. Okay, we'll start easy. The first question, perfect vacation, mountains or beach?
Beach.
Ooh.
I love to ski though too, but and that kind of thing. I love to ski. Love it. I love to go fast. I got in a lot of trouble skiing too fast a lot of times too.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's hard. I'm 50-50, honestly.
50-50?
Yeah.
I'm right now, if I had to choose right now today where I'd want to go right now, beach. Okay.
Yeah, I go beach too.
All right. Next question.
Next question from Ellie Nightingale. I learned this one from her. Who was your high school prom date, and do you still talk to her?
Well, that's my wife, and I'm still married to her.
Same here.
Nice.
Hey, how about that? How about you, Jordan?
I don't, and that's court ordered. So
I was going to say it is my wife, and sometimes we talk.
Okay.
All right. You cannot place monetary value on this question because the answer would be sell one and buy the other. Aircraft of your choice or any sports car of your choice?
What of your choice? What was the first one?
Aircraft.
Oh, airplane.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to shoot because I like to fly around with Josh, so I got to talk about that.
Well, you get the car, I'll get the plane.
Okay,
We'll
you take
call
the
it
plane.
good.
Car, there's nothing better. I'm telling you guys, I've drove everything in the world, from the Ferraris, the Mercedes, Lambos, everything else in the world, and there's nothing funner. I mean, absolutely nothing funner than my GT500. And yeah, I don't drive it enough. I know Jake's probably ripping on me on the other side because I don't have it out and running around with it or whatever. But there's still nothing better. I got to drive in a Corvette, a newer Corvette this week, and I got in and out of that thing and got there, drove it probably 15 miles, and got out of it. And I said exactly the same thing. Give me my 500. Okay, Josh.
Right. The new Corvettes really have a European styling to them. I noticed. I saw one at the intersection the other day, and I thought it was like a Ferrari or a Lambo or something like that. And I'm like, oh, that's a fat. Wow, when did they do that?
Yeah, this was a 22 that I was in. Okay, Josh.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, if no monetary value and everybody else is paying for everything, it'd probably be a Gulfstream on a plane, on a jet. Yeah.
Okay, Jordan, what do you got? A Corolla or something?
Yeah, I'd have to go aircraft. Aircraft, private jet. I've always wanted to have one of those, and I think if there was no monetary value in place, I could probably make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, this may get you in a little bit of trouble. I think we know where we're going here. Drag racing or circle track racing?
This is for me personally.
All three of us.
Yeah. So I'd be circle track.
Yeah. What do you prefer?
Well, wait a minute. Are you saying?
Yeah. Are you watching it? Or are
yeah,
you driving it?
Or
Or
what
are you doing?
To participate in. How about that? To participate in.
You're the driver.
So you
You're
said
the driver.
drag or circle?
Yeah, drag race or
Drag
circle
race
track.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
drag all over.
Drag?
Yeah. Now, I tried to get Jake to go drag racing, but he wouldn't do it.
Really?
But don't get me wrong, I love circle track racing too and everything else too from that part. But my favorite is drag race. I mean, I'm so much because I love that throw you back in the seat, get the reaction time done, get that speed going.
Yeah, I would say I'd say circle track, and the reason I guess I'm saying is that, and I'm not knocking drag racing by any means, but aside from elapsed time,
Yeah, there's more seat time in a circle track.
Yeah, there's just more. I think more to the driver in dirt track racing.
Okay, so I'm gonna go another step with you. So I went out to North Carolina and got to drive the GT 500s with professional drivers, and I learned so much driving that car and everything else too. But we first started off and we dragged them, did drag strips out there at the in North Carolina at God dang, what's the name of that track?
Charlotte.
And learning some more things about the car, and I learned a lot there on how to be better at drag racing and stuff too. Then we went to their Roval course and drove that, and that's fun. But I was out of shape. I couldn't do much too long. I had to catch my breath a couple times, and everything else too. But it is hard to drive one of those cars from that part. Now, was that fun? Yeah, but I mean, let's go.
Yeah, I would road course a car.
Now, see, here's the problem with road course. In my opinion, on road course, and there's so many turns, so many break-ins, so many things, and you can mess up so easy.
Well, it's the perfect lap, right? Like that's what you're
Ford
chasing.
Versus Ferrari, yeah, chasing that versus lap. Okay, Jordan, what's yours? I know his answer. Right?
Honestly, I'm going to surprise you with this. I would actually go drag racing. I spent years and years circle track racing, but in my older age, I think it's cleaner. There's less damage to the vehicles, and you definitely get the adrenaline rush with that. Pin you back in the seat, and then you can relax and not have dirt in your hair and your beard and everything after you're done. I would probably, if I was going to go racing today, I'd go drag racing.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
Very good.
Next question.
I think that's all I got for you. I said 3 to 4 questions. I think that's pretty good.
I got one. I got one more. I got one now.
Come at me. I'm ready.
Josh, are you ready for this question?
Let's do it.
Do you Bluetooth or do you use an aux cord?
I don't connect to any exterior devices at all.
All right, little inside joke there. So now we all know I use the cord plugged right in the truck sometimes because I need to charge my phone, but I do Bluetooth. Jordan, what's your answer?
No, at 100% aux cord. I'm old school auxiliary cord, and then even with the auxiliary cord, I cut it up with a pair of scissors when I'm done, so there's no evidence.
Okay, hey, hold on. We got a comment here. I think that's pretty good for you. The real answer for Jordan is he prefers the RuPaul's Drag Race.
Nice. Who's that from? So
I can't tell you.
Oh, that was my fault.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you who that was. So that was pretty good, though. I will tell you, pretty good. So anyway, we're working on it. So hey, great questions, Jordan. That was fun. That was great from that part. So anyway, so
sorry guys, I've got both of you on here. So Greg, I've got Jordan on here with us, and then Jordan, I have Greg on here with us as well. I sent you too soon. I apologize. So, but yeah. So now I've got both of you
Greg,
on there.
You there?
So
yeah, I'm here.
Jordan, you still there?
I'm here, buddy.
All right, look at that. More technology going on. We know what to do with.
Just like that. So, well, Jordan, thank you very much for the call. It was great having the questions as well. So,
all right. Well, you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good, buddy. Thanks, Jordan. All right. Bye. All right. Now let's go to Greg.
Yeah,
Greg, sorry about that, buddy. A little technical. I shouldn't say technical difficulty. There's too much technology for us to handle. You wouldn't think that would be there.
No stress at all. Sounds like you guys had it on a roll.
Well, we're trying to have some fun,
I was sorry about making you wait there, and then they sent you through when I sent the text, and but anyways, yeah, we've got you. So anyway,
I actually called about a couple of things. First off, did you guys see the EPA decided to roll back their requirements into the future just a little bit?
No, really, they finally listened to me.
Positive. Yeah, I figured you would be aware of that, Phil.
Well, I hear you. I follow a lot of stuff and everything else too, but I did not see that. So tell us what they decided to do.
Well, it is a little bit less ambitious numbers going forward.
I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but we'll just say we can probably have a few more gas trucks in the future and don't have to have a 80% electric fleet.
Well, I agree with, I think that I'm going to tell you that the electric car has a market too. There is a certain customer that wants that car, everything else like that. Right now we had a XLT Lightning traded back in. And so I said, I'm going to drive it. I drove one here about a year or so ago, but I'm in this XLT, and I'm going to tell you, for me, it's about 15 miles one way to work, and I'm charging that thing once a week. It's on the charger back there right now, but I've drove it all week and haven't put it on the charger at all. So, I mean, there's a niche market for that EV, and I understand that part. There's still that range anxiety and all that kind of stuff going along with that situation, but I'm still an ICE fan all over from that part. But
well, and there's no way that Josh could have made that trip out to LA to pick up a boat.
No.
In 36, 48 hours.
No way.
It wouldn't happen. So
No.
I didn't know if you'd seen that. So that was the first thing I was going to talk about.
I'm gonna have to go do some research to see what they did or whatever. But it's still my comment and my stat about this is I understand why cafe rating is there. Because the emissions coming out the tailpipe, and years ago that was so bad what was coming out these tailpipes. I remember when I was in Votech school, and we put the 4-gas analyzer in my truck, and I fine-tuned the carburetor to get as many low emissions and NOx and everything coming out of that tailpipe. But it still had a bunch of junk coming out that tailpipe. But now today is with the technology we have and all the sensors and how precise we can do these fuel mixtures today. It should be coming back to not how many miles per gallon you can provide, is what are you providing coming out the tailpipe, and making sure that that's
right.
being the emissions, because that's what we're worried about. We're worried about emissions. We're not worried about how much fuel we're burning, but I get it. The more fuel you're burning, the more emissions you're putting out in the tailpipe. But again, if the emissions are so clean like they are today, the cafe rating needs to be really adjusted. I think they need to go back and re-rate it to the emissions coming out the tailpipe, my opinion. You know what?
Well, and the big deal is trucks are so much better. I mean, I had a 78 short wide with a 250 inline 6 and a 3 on the tree. And you're right. You start that truck, you'd smell gas.
Yeah.
I mean, even when it was running really, really good, it just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Compared to the King Ranch Power Boost I have, it's a big difference.
It's a huge difference. So, that old short wide was probably getting you 10, 11 miles a gallon. You're probably getting in, high teens in that truck.
Oh, I get mid-20s in the truck. It's
okay, there you go.
Drive.
Yeah.
I mean,
you must be doing.
As long as I'm not towing anything.
Yeah, as long as you're not towing anything.
As long as I'm not towing it.
I was a little lenient on that number, depending on how you drive and all that kind of stuff too. Now, I can tell you that if I take a Power Boost and really try hard and drive it nicely, drive it easy, everything else like that, in town, I can get 30 out of that truck. But again, I'm driving it nice. I'm driving it easy, watching the stoplights, letting off the gas like you need to, all that kind of stuff, and really cautiously doing that. And that is one thing that Josh has said this before, these trip odometers and things inside the car now, they make you, when you get in one of those kind of vehicles, it makes you want to do that at times. Not always for me. Sometimes I got to get where I need to get, but I can get 30 miles a gallon out of a Power Boost. I can. I've done it from that part.
Agreed. We just went down to Galveston for spring break, hopped on a cruise ship, but on the trip in the truck, clear down to Galveston, we were getting mid-20s.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're moving. It's not, I'm not going to talk about how fast we went, but we were moving. Okay.
We don't care. We won't write you any tickets.
It does pretty good.
Yeah.
But, then, okay, to tie into the second thing that I want to talk about, you guys were asking about road trips, and somebody wrote about driving a Taurus FHO, and a long time ago, after they lifted the national speed limit thing. Anyway, Montana did change their speed limit to reasonable and prudent during daylight hours. And I was a college kid, and I wanted to go camping up there anyway. So I went up to Glacier National Park, and at the time I had a 93 Ford Taurus. I think it was a 93. Might have been a 92, but they came with 3.0s or 3.8s, and I had the bigger motor. I had the 3.8. Oh man, just to get out there and we can go as fast as we want to go, and literally on the interstate. And I don't know, the speedometer on those didn't go all the way up. The car and driver said that car went 119, so I'll kind of believe it. We were moving, but
well, that's cool.
It was a little crazy to get passed by a Toyota Previa minivan.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was moving, and then here comes this, little Previa, mid-engine, whatever, and it goes by me. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's no fun. Yeah.
Anyway, that road trips.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just made me think of it.
I can get some more stories going if we weren't on the air, but I think I'd be careful here for some of the road trips I used to do too. So,
Well, very good. Yeah, very good story.
yeah. Anyway, Greg, thanks for the call, buddy. Appreciate it very much. Keep watching,
Okay.
keep listening, keep calling. We'll love to hear from you, buddy.
All right. Thanks a bunch.
Have a
Bye.
great day, man. I just thought of another story. I got to get in here real quick before we got to go here. Was I got invited one day to go down and help a buddy of mine. I can't put names out there; I'll be in trouble. To go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and basically he was trading an engine for some other parts, kind of a swap, kind of a deal. But there's so many of us going, we had to take a second car, okay? Because everyone wouldn't fit in the truck. So naturally, I got in the car. He got in the truck with his buddies. I got my buddies, and we're going. This was one of those Impala SSs.
Oh, yeah.
That we'd already tuned, put a different gear in it, all that kind of stuff. So we're coming out of Oklahoma in those toll booths, and we're sitting there, and we notice something's going on in front of us. The truck's in front of us, and they take off. We get up there, and the gal is holding me.
Oh, won't let you go.
Won't let me go. They tipped her to hold me. Okay.
It's on now.
Yeah, it's on. So anyway, we had walkie-talkies between the two cars back then. Man, no phones
Yeah.
or nothing back that part. And so I got on the walkie-talkie and I said, "Are we clear?" And he said, "Yeah, we're clear." And I took off. And it was over 150 when we were flying down through that Tulsa, coming out of Tulsa. Those roads aren't that good either.
Yeah, no, not on that Cimarron Turnpike.
I went
down there.
flying by them in that truck. What's really stupid about that is if I'd have hit something, done
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
it's over.
Yeah.
But it was fun when it was happening. It was fun when it was happening. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all the great questions, comments, all the good stuff. It's always fun to get on here Saturday morning, 9 to 10, and talk to you guys. Listen to every comment and stuff. Jordan, thanks for the great questions. That was awesome. That was great, too. Thanks for all the great callers. BG Products, thanks for the great partnership here at Mel Hambelton Ford, all the great things you do with us and we do with you. Huge sponsor coming up, too, Josh, with Salt City Racing. They've become partners with us at Salt City Racing, too. We're going to do a lot of exciting stuff with them over there at the racetrack. So BG Products, if you're not using them in your cars, you're taking a lot of life out of your car. Big Corner Carady for all your advertising needs. Hey, you have a company needs anything from advertising, websites, designs, vehicle wraps, window tint, anything to advertise your business. As Jesse and that great clan over there says, just Google us. Then also go to rent. Hey, we got a great fleet of vehicles inside here at Mel Hambelton Ford. If you're looking for something for spring breaks, I think maybe that's over with, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Holidays are coming. Summer's coming. Got a great fleet of 12 and 15 passenger vans. Just got about 10 brand new vans in. Finally, for 3 years, we'd not got a new van. But now we got some new vans over there, too. So if you need something, give Stan a call right inside here at Mel Hambelton Ford. Hey, everybody, have a great Saturday. We'll talk to you next Saturday, 9 o'clock.